Hey everybody, Roga here. You're gonna have to forgive me if there's a lot of ums and ahs and you hear like my squeaky chair, my squeaky desk, and all that sound, but I'm just not really going to edit this audio. And I'm gonna be rambling, so it's not scripted out. So I got the news about the passing of Akira Toriyama yesterday, like right before I went to bed, and it was sent from a friend in Discord, and it was like the news was so fresh that when I like tried to refresh the page on YouTube, there was really no videos. I think the only one that had a video was Geekdom, and I was like, "Oh, I should make a video on it." But then I caught myself. I realized that I was going to capitalize on somebody's death, and I didn't like that, because as a content creator, you want to be like one of the first ones to get news out, and I know like my heart wasn't in the right place. Wasn't in the right place. The fact that I was going to make a video just to be one of the first ones to do it. I'm happy I caught myself and realized that that's a very bad thing to do. That's something that I didn't have to share, but I thought I should. So, I just went to bed, and I just let everything settle in and stuff. I saw a few other people's reactions to it, and I always said that no celebrity death has like really ever had an effect on me, because they really don't. Because at the end of the day, you may be a fan of like these people's work, but you don't really know them. I haven't met him before, but when I found out he passed, I was like, yo. Whenever my friend sent it in the Discord, I saw the official statement. It was like dear friends and stuff. I had originally just kind of just like didn't read it because I thought like a Dragon Ball series or something was being canceled. I didn't really open it because I was doing something else. And then later I sat down and looked at it. I was like, oh shoot, he passed away. The person who I've been like, I don't want to say waiting for. That's a bad term. But a person that I'm like expecting to pass away is Masako Nozawa, because she's up there in age. I think she's almost 90. So I was like, that's gonna be a sad day, because I just been like expecting her to pass away soon. But then I hear it's Akira Toriyama, and it's just like, wow, man. But to get into what Dragon Ball means to me. Dragon Ball means a lot because I just took a shower and I'm literally wearing a Dragon Ball robe. So I cannot remember life without Dragon Ball, to be honest with you. I don't remember what first episode I watched, but when I was a kid, I had a VHS tape. The cover of it was Gohan and Goku walking out of the time chamber, and that was the episode. I think there was maybe 2 or 3 episodes. It starts off with Trunks. He just got finished fighting Cell, and there was Krillin, Vegeta, and Android 16 all there talking about like how strong Cell was, and then you get to see some filler stuff of Gohan and Goku training in the hyperbolic time chamber. If you had the same VHS tape, that is awesome. That's what I always had as a child. So, being a kid, you're easily entertained, so you kind of watch some stuff on repeat. And then I remember I was with my dad, and he bought me the Cooler's Revenge VHS tape. And honestly, if you missed out on the metal and rock music that they added to those movies, when they localized it, you missed out. Like, oh my gosh, I remember hearing how cool it was when Bardock was like facing off with Frieza, and you hear freaking I think it was Reminded by Drowning Pool. Oh, speaking of that soundtrack, I was actually working out yesterday in the garage with the Cooler's Revenge soundtrack, man, and then my friend sent me that message. But I had that. My dad bought me some action figures, so I would play with some action figures, and I would, pretend to do Kamehamehas and Spirit Bombs, man. And then in 2000, oh, by the way, when I said I can't remember life without Dragon Ball, that's because I just always remembered it. Like I can't remember life without Mario, life without Sonic, life without Naruto, Tekken, not Tekken, Soul Calibur. But with Dragon Ball, no. But in 2002, I got to play my first Dragon Ball Z game. I was 5, and it was Budokai. And the reason why I hold that game so dear, even though obviously playing it now you see its flaws, it was so amazing seeing the cutscenes. You know, you being actually able to play as your favorite characters, you being able to turn Super Saiyan. I was playing that on repeat so much because I didn't have a memory card at the time. By the way, that's not me choking up. Something stuck in my throat. I forgot what I was talking about now. Okay, I didn't have a memory card, so I had to keep replaying the story mode over and over again, but I didn't care. I just liked playing Dragon Ball Z so much. And then later down the road, there was Budokai 2. I don't remember playing Budokai 2 that much because I got it a little late. Because by the time I got it, Budokai 3 was out, and man, the countless hours that I would spend with family members and friends just playing Budokai 3. I remember my little brother was stuck on a level, and I would have to beat the level for him, and he would be like, "You're the best, Dragon Ball Z player ever." And then we would play with like our action figures. I don't know if you guys can relate, but you would have Dragon Ball Z action figures, and you guys would like make up your own story modes in your head, and then you have like other action figures, like some wrestlers or like Batman or Superman. And you just mix them all together, and you like have all the characters talk. 2000, and then there was these. I played Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I actually liked it. I don't care what no one says. Then I remember like Dragon Ball GT coming on TV. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I just finished it like 2 months ago, and I still wasn't a fan of it, but it was still cool to see just how far Dragon Ball was able to go, man. And then what else? I played the first Tenkaichi series, loved it. Tenkaichi 2, that game blew my mind. The thing I loved about Tenkaichi 2 was that it had like all the filler characters and like all the movie characters, and these are a lot of characters that I did not know existed. So when I played the game, I played those games. I had looked up all the movies on YouTube. That's back then whenever people actually had stuff they would upload movies on YouTube, and you had to watch them in parts because YouTube videos could only be like 10 minutes long. So you watch part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. And I would just rewatch all these movies, man. And that's also around the time when AMVs were so big. Like you could not go to YouTube and watch Dragon Ball Z without running across like a Linkin Park AMV. And I also made like one of my own AMVs. And also going back to like the Budokai time, when I was like in kindergarten or first grade, there was a day you could dress up as your favorite character. It was like during Halloween, and I dressed up as Goku, and everybody was like, "Hey Goku, hey Goku." I know my mom still has like pictures of me and the Goku stuff. You're not going to see it. I'm not really going to share any pictures, man. And then Tenkaichi 3 came out, and 2007, still the best DBZ game ever. Then I played the Raging Blast series. I fell off of Dragon Ball Z games. Not Dragon Ball, though, because no matter where I went, where I moved, no matter where I am, it's like you're always able to talk about Dragon Ball with someone because it's just that big. And part of me wants to say, I hope he knows like what he did and how much he influenced people and just the world, man. Like Dragon Ball's everywhere. Like there's Dragon Ball like dances, parodies, fanfics, which I also make. There's Dragon Ball Z games. There's just man, it's just crazy, man. Then I played the Xenoverse games, and they were fine. And then I played Fighters, and I met I actually call him like my other little brother. I actually met like my friend J Rod and my friend Hurricane. Me and Hurricane, we used to play the Tenkaichi series together and stuff. I'm just trying to like trying to just remember everything, which I obviously can't. But with the OG Dragon Ball, I didn't even know that existed until later down the road, because we got Dragon Ball later than Dragon Ball Z down here in the US, which is really weird. And that's when I really started to like Yamcha as a character, which is why he became my favorite character. If you look at my name, it's Roga. My Twitch is Roga Kin because Roga was taken. That name comes from Yamcha's Wolfang Fist in Japanese, so Roga Fufukin. I just took out the Fufu, so it's just Roga or Roga Kin. That's where I get my name from, which is why there's a wolf picture in my profile picture. But yeah, man, like I have so much Dragon Ball stuff, Dragon Ball posters. I actually have another a Goku outfit, Dragon Ball shirts, actual Dragon Balls. And me and my wife, our first date was going to see the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, which I watched that movie so much. It's one of my favorite movies ever. Like the amount of times I actually have it on Blu-ray, but I don't know if I ever opened it. I just usually just rent it off YouTube, which I might as well just also buy it digitally on YouTube as well, because I rewatch it so much. Maybe Crunchyroll has it on their website, but I don't mind paying for the movie. I just love it so much. But that was our first date, and we had so much fun watching it. And we got married going on, it's like 6.5 months. And we actually had a Dragon Ball themed wedding. You're not going to see any pictures, but we had the Batara earrings. We had like Dragon Ball centerpieces and stuff. It was so much fun. We're just two dorks. I'm just joking. Two like nerds just getting married, and it was Dragon Ball themed. And it's just so poetic. Like he even influenced my wedding. Like he influenced, like, I want to say, like, just my life in general, man. Because I have met so many like cool people just from this. And if you have any memory of Dragon Ball, just know that it's because of him. Like, he did that, you know? He did that. So if you have fun playing Dragon Ball games, you know, it's because of him. Like, all it took was one man just to say that I have an idea, I have a story, I'm going to create something, and it just blew up, like, way out of proportion. Like, I know for a fact he did not expect this to happen. And you know, it just seems so surreal. Like, I always tell myself that, you know, people die. You know, people die all the time. These are just celebrities. They're people just like us. They're normal, but it really hits, man. Like when it's just someone that you really don't realize how important someone is until they're not here anymore. Like I said, like, obviously Dragon Ball is very important to me, but you know, I just wasn't expecting to hear this news. I don't know what's further down the road for Dragon Ball, if they're going to continue anything. I know, like, he had so many more ideas. I don't know how Daima's gonna go. I just hope that his legacy doesn't get, you know, disrespected. There's a lot of series that get changed and stuff whenever the creator passes away. I'm not trying to be pessimistic or anything, but I just hope that doesn't happen. But man, dude, just the amount of friendships I built over this series, it's just crazy to believe. And the bonds I built, how much fun I had watching movies, the series, collecting the manga, collecting the action figures, playing the games, just you know, this one like really hit, you know. So Dragon Ball, it's probably like my biggest, like, the thing I'm the fan of the most when it comes to media, because there are times where I fall off of certain like anime, or I just forget about it, or just games in general, you know, stuff that I used to be fans of. And Dragon Ball was never a used to be. I've just every single year, like I always do something, like I always talk about it. I always look at it. I never forget about it. It's just always there for me. I watch Team 4 Star on repeat. I watch reactions to Team 4 Star. Um, I create my own stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling quite a bit, but I just have a lot to say. I just have a lot to say, and I could keep talking for a whole 30 minutes or an hour, but I think I'm gonna close it here. I brought up the games, the action figures, my wedding, my childhood, all that stuff, and yeah. So may he rest in peace, and I hope everybody else is doing well, especially with the news that we got. But hey, let's just be thankful that he created something that brought us all together, and that's what I'm gonna say. All right, see you guys out.